It's Mother's Day, and I'm here with my wife, Jodi, and she's going to be giving us a real Christian mom's perspective on motherhood today on Church Door. Hey, thanks again for joining us for Church Door this morning. We're so glad that you're taking a little bit of your time to join us here today. So whether you've been on faith journey with Jesus for a long time or today is your first day, we believe the content we have here for you today is going to help you go further than you ever have before. We're always here to pray for you too. So if you need some prayer, go ahead, reach out to us either in the chat or the number that you're going to see pop up on the screen. We'd be happy to walk with you. We're here every single Sunday at 11:30 Central Standard Time, and we want to pray for you. Now, if you're new to this channel, we want you to go ahead and press that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, because every time we put out a piece of content, we know that it's gonna be encouraging to you, and we wanna get it right into your hands when it does come out. So go ahead and hit those buttons for us. And while you're at it, go ahead and share this video with somebody today, because we believe that they're going to be encouraged just like you are today. So I'm so thankful that my wife, Jodi, is joining me today, because Jodi and I have actually known each other for more than half of our life. We met each other on a missions trip in Toronto, Canada when we were 15 years old. And then, of course, we kept up on that ICQ. Any ICQ followers out there? I mean, certainly somebody remembers that. It was one of those early chat sites where we could keep in touch. She lived in northern Michigan. We lived in southern Indiana. Eventually, her parents got a job in southern Indiana, so we went to our senior year of high school together. And when I went off to college, I decided I couldn't live without her, so I came back and I asked her to marry me. And here we are, 16 years this year of marriage, and we've known each other for over half of our lives. And I thought today would be a good day, taking one of the best moms I know, to share a little bit of her perspective on what it means to be a Christian mother. But before we jump into all of the deeper questions today, I thought it'd be good for you to get to know her. So I'm gonna do a little bit of rapid fire questions to get us going today. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right, here we go. So, question number one, what is your favorite color?
Magenta or black?
What is your favorite movie?
My best friend's wedding.
Favorite TV show?
Dateline. Don't judge.
Listen, they say lots of ladies watch that show. Favorite Bible verse?
Isaiah 40:31.
Favorite worship song?
Another in the Fire.
Coke or Pepsi?
Only Diet Coke.
Listen, if you are a Coke or Pepsi person, put that down. Is she right? Are we right? I'm a Coke person too. So. Sweet or savory?
Sweet.
Stay in or go out?
Stay in.
And finally, one word to describe yourself.
Authentic.
I would agree with that. So today, just to frame what we're talking about, motherhood, and specifically Christian motherhood. Actually, Jodi and I were talking before the video of like the distinction between Christian motherhood, and those who follow Jesus, it's hard to distinguish those two things, but there's something innate about what God's done in our mother's hearts that pours out into us. And I thought this verse in 2 Timothy, just as it's starting, Paul is talking to Timothy in these set of verses, and he's encouraging him as he steps into ministry, reminding him of how he was told about the faith, how he got his faith from these strong women in his life. Let me read this to you. I am reminded of your sincere faith, a faith that dwelt first in your grandmother Lois and your mother Eunice, and now I am sure dwells in you. So for this reason, I remind you, fan the flame of the gift of God, which is in you through the laying on of my hands. For God gave us a spirit, not of fear, but of power and love and self-control. It is these strong women of faith, two generations, multiple generations of faith that continued God's legacy in this family. And it is through strong mothers, including my mother was the one who continued to bring me to church, to pour her faith into me that really has landed me here today. I know for Jodi, she's continuing on that legacy from her family. Her mom poured into her and dad, and now pouring into our children. So I thought we would take a little bit of time and just ask a few questions of her that might help you if you're a mom out there, maybe are gonna be a mom at some point. That might help you to think of, what is your journey like following Jesus as a mother? All right, so what has been the greatest lesson that you've learned in 9 years of motherhood?
I think it's that everybody says soak in the moments because they grow so fast, and it's so true. I just look at my 9-year-old sometimes, almost 9-year-old sometimes, and think, man, how did he get so big so fast? And there are times where I just watch him and just smile at what he's doing because I realize that he's just here for a short time with us. And so I would say that it really is true to soak in the moments that we have with them while we have them in our home.
Yeah, it'll be gone before you know it. I always remember that illustration. People put these gumballs into a big jar, and each one of those gumballs are hours that we have of influence, and eventually all those gumballs will be gone, and we only have a short period of time. So what is the hardest thing to keep in balance when it comes to faith and motherhood?
I think the hardest thing to balance is everyday tasks. When do you find time to clean the house? When do you have time to spend with your kids? When do you have time to help them with their homework? When do you have time with God? It's just a balance, and whether some days it's listening to a Right Now Media Bible study in the car while I'm driving to pick a kid up from school, sitting and doing quiet time in my car while I'm in car pickup, just trying to find time to squeeze everything in, that there's only 24 hours in a day and there's a lot to get done.
In the midst of all the things that we have to do, certainly God gives us the grace and in those limited hours to fulfill us in every way. And even in the interactions with our kids, it's an opportunity for us to connect with Him. What things would you say to a new mom, somebody who's going into motherhood, fresh, new, and seeking to be a godly parent? What are the pieces of advice that you would say to them?
I would say find your people. Find a group of Christian women that you can do life with, because we're not meant to do it alone. And so if you have that group of women that are going to encourage you along the way, that you can raise your babies with, it's going to be a whole lot easier than trying to figure it out on your own.
That's right. At the heart of Christian life is discipleship. And it's that camaraderie of other people who are also going through the same kind of things with you, that you can identify with, that you can actually understand the hardships of what you're going through. And it's always good to know we're not alone. So we'll end here. This will be the last question I'll ask for you today, but what is your deepest desire as a mother?
My deepest desire as a mother is for my children to know just how much they're loved, not only by me, but by God. I am not a perfect mother, and I am not always going to get it right, but I hope they know that by the end of the day, that they are loved unconditionally, no matter what's going to happen in this life, no matter what's going to be thrown at them, that they are loved and that they feel safe.
Thanks so much for taking a little time to share with us your heart, the things that God has shown you, your perspective, which is a unique perspective. And we know your perspectives are unique as well, but some of the most important things that we can remember is that you're not alone if you push into other godly women, other people in your life. There are plenty of women that are going through similar things just like you, but your journey is unique. We want to say Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there, all the women in our life. We are so thankful for what you mean to us. Continue to pour faith into the people around you. We need you, and we need you to continue to love Jesus and love others. And when you do that, we believe our families and our neighborhoods and our communities are changed because of your deep faith. So happy Mother's Day. We're so thankful that you've taken the time to join us. If you need prayer, go ahead and reach out to us. Our team is still here. We're here every single week at 11:30 Central Standard Time, and we would love to pray with you. You can see that coming up on your screen. If you were blessed by the message that you heard here today, we want to encourage you to go to rivervalleyrockford.org/give and join us on our mission to help other people take their next step with Jesus. Help those algorithms, give us a little thumbs up before you take off, and we cannot wait to see you again next week. Happy Mother's Day!